The bottom line is, if I need a physics degree to sit in your chair, it is a hospital visit waiting to happen. Hi everybody, welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Cooper, and today we're going to be talking about the trends that are going out of style in 2026 and the ones that will be replacing it. We're back in my office today, you guys. You were in my living room before, and everyone kept commenting on it, telling me that it was a green screen when I was literally just sitting in my living room. So we're at a place in time right now where we've been so oversaturated with trends. You know, we've got micro trends, ballet flats, or a pop of red, you know, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And we've just been constantly fed a stream of micro trends for the past couple years. And I think right now everybody's starting to get tired of it and kind of start to move away from those trends, which I think is a great thing. It means that we buy less stuff, we save money, and we actually invest in pieces that are going to last. And so I think that a lot of the trends that are going to be coming in 2026 are going to be ones that are timeless. And just a disclaimer before we jump into the video, these are all my personal opinions. These are not from any kind of trend guide or publication. These are things that I came up with in my own brain and I thought I'd share with you. So let's get into the trends that are going out of style in 2026 and what's replacing them. Listen, I know we all have them somewhere in our house, but the pastel poster prints need to go. There was such a surge of popularity in these posters in the 2020s, and yes, you know, they're colorful, they're bright, and some of the designs are interesting, but these overly minimalist ones are just not cute, and they just make your space feel really trendy, which is not sustainable in the long term. That's why I think these are going to go out of style in 2026. I also just feel like they're due to leave. Like, they've been around for a long time, you know, we've all accepted them in our own homes, but it's time for these guys to go. They're just not cute anymore. When you include these in your home, it looks like you just copy and pasted the same cozy girl house tour into your apartment, and it just looks bad, you guys. It's always the same line drawing of a naked lady or just a bunch of random circles and squares compiled on top of each other. So what's the trend that's going to be replacing this? As I was talking about before, I really think that we're going to be moving into more timeless trends. So instead of doing pastel pink posters, we're going to move into real eclecticism. Think vintage oil portraits, framed menus from travels, or even bad artwork from Goodwill that makes you laugh. I think we're starting to get personal again. We're starting to tell a little bit of a story. And you know, what makes better artwork than something that means something to you? You know, whether that's family, whether that's something silly. We want walls that tell a story and don't scream influencer. And yes, I know I'm not one to talk, but I'm not spreading the influencer ideas, okay? So, you know, don't come after me. The next trend that needs to be permanently gone forever, and I really hope it will be completely gone in 2026, is wiggly slash wonky decor items. So I'm so upset about this. In 2020, we saw such a resurgence of the Danish pastel trend, which has a lot of curved edges and squiggly motifs, and these are fine when it comes to just one or two in your home, but for some reason people have to make this their entire aesthetic, and they make every single thing in their home curved and squiggled and pastel, and it just looks bad. This has been slowly going out of trend for a while, but I just think people really need to face the facts. Stop with the curved love seats, they look horrible. Stop with the misshapen rugs. That is my number one pet peeve. I do not understand why people always get these misshapen rugs. You need a large square or rectangular rug in your space so it will feel grounded. A misshapen rug is not going to ground your space. It's just going to look dumb. I think in 2026, we're going to see a large pivoting back to structure, which I am so happy about because I would say that my interior design style falls very structural. We're going to see clean lines, think Bauhaus and Art Deco styles. We're going to see things with visual weight, things that will anchor your space, not just the wobbly tchotchkes that everybody has all over their house thinking that it actually looks nice. You know, weird is still welcome, but we're going to make it architectural. We're going to move away from all of that squibbly squabbly stuff, and we're going to move towards form, unique silhouettes. Personally, I don't find Danish pastel stuff interesting to look at. I don't. The next thing that we're going to be moving away from is Kim Kardashian's house. So I think most of us know Kim Kardashian's house, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit just so we're all on the same page. So a while back, Kim Kardashian released a pretty brief house tour where she kind of just walked around and showed off her home. The entire house is cream colored. So all the furniture, all the walls, all the flooring, everything. I totally understand that that's more of a calming vibe, and if you want that, all to you. But the cultural impact that that video had on people is insane. Like the chokehold Kim Kardashian's house has to this day is wild. In 2026, I don't think we want our house to be all beiges or all neutrals. We don't want our homes to look like a beige cave. In 2026, we're ditching that and we're bringing in color, and not just in a throw pillow or a little this or a little that. I know everybody likes to do that because it's a little bit safer, but we are going to be bringing in colorful, large pieces into our home. We're going to start creating layered color stories in our space that really lead to something interesting. We've seen a huge surge of people color drenching their homes in the last year, and I think this is going to continue. Except I think we're going to be moving on to some more unique color palettes. We're not just going to be doing, your olive green or your navy blue. We're going to be going for more unique, ambiguous tones. Think muddy red, ochre, and a deep pale blue. We're going to add in some mixed wood tones to that to make it nice and layered. A lot of the times, I think when people see these calm spaces, they really want to emulate that because they think that is going to be their definition of calm. When in reality, incorporating color does not mean your space is not going to be calm. Something that I really like to tell my own clients is that you can create a really monochromatic space and it will feel so calm. For example, if you want a really calm living room, you could do an all blue living room. So do different ambiguous tones of blue throughout your space to create contrast, and maybe anchor it with a golden kind of yellowy rug. Add in some plants, add in some wood, and it will feel so calm. We're going to be creating calm spaces that also reflect our own personalities. The next trend that I'm so happy is going to be gone is sculptural furniture that is not comfortable. I am talking to you, Kelly Wearstler, in your marble chair. Kelly Wearstler sets the stage for almost everybody in the industry, but for some reason, I'll never forget this, and I think I talked about it in a video a while back. I was scrolling on Instagram, I follow her, she's great, and an ad for her store popped up, and it was this chair for your living room. And I'm not even joking, this chair was made of solid marble, so you can't really even sit in it. If you were to sit on it, it would stab you. And I was like, I can't believe people are paying this much money to buy something like this. I understand it's more of a sculptural piece, but I don't know. I'm kind of against furniture that doesn't serve a purpose unless you really, really love it, because it honestly just feels like a big waste to me. I always think that if you're going to get something, it should be utilized. The bottom line is, if I need a physics degree to sit in your chair, it is a hospital visit waiting to happen. So in 2026, we're going to see useful weirdness, right? We're not just going to see that marble chair. We're going to see a marble chair that forms to the human body and we can actually sit in. Yes, of course, we're going to have statement pieces like I was saying, but form also has to meet function. This is a huge thing in design that I think gets overlooked all the time. We as decorators and designers can get so caught up in how aesthetic a space can be. We forget what it might feel like to live there and use the space on a daily basis. Think a plush sofa in a really unique silhouette, or a chair with arms that you can actually sit in. We're going to be cute, we're going to be livable and practical and cool at the same time. Hi everybody, I wanted to take a quick break to talk about the sponsor for today's video, which is COOHOM 3D interior design software. COOHOM is an interior design software that actually makes sense. All you have to do is scroll through their library of thousands of furniture pieces and architectural components to compose the most precise and beautiful design. One reason that I really love COOHOM is that it's not just for professional interior designers and decorators. The average person can use it for their own home. Something that I find a lot of my clients struggle with is seeing the final vision of their space, and COOHOM allows you to do exactly that. You can fully set up a room and see what it looks like before you make any kind of large financial investment. I not only use this in my own personal business, but also my own personal home. If you guys don't know, I recently moved into my new house and have been using it to plan out my space. Here is my future plans for my bedroom space, which I'm so excited about. In 2026, we're going to see this huge surge of color in design. And I think that using a tool like COOHOM can be super helpful when it comes to that. You can test out different color palettes in your space and come up with something that feels really you. Also, this software is not going to crash your computer. You can either use it through their browser version or their desktop version, and both work seamlessly. They offer high-speed 2K, 4K, and even 8K renderings. If you want your space to feel like you and not like a copy and paste from Pinterest, you need to be designing smarter. COOHOM COOHOM lets you experiment with different furniture pieces so you can decide if you really like that fun couch in your space or you want something a little bit more simple. Try COOHOM now using the link in my description, and you can use code COOPERPLANTS for 73% off, which is a huge deal, so really take advantage of that. For a little bit more information about COOHOM, just check my description. It'll all be there. Thank you again to COOHOM for supporting today's video. Now let's get back to the trends that need to go. The next trend that we are going to be seeing go out of style, and I'm gonna get so canceled for this, is reproduction mushroom lamps. Keyword here, reproduction. So if anybody doesn't know what a mushroom lamp is these kind of like little, like, I guess just a mushroom shaped lamp, but you really can't get more specific than that. They're so popular right now. And I'm not necessarily against mushroom lamps in general, but I am against the reproduction ones. They are always just really bad quality. I really dislike when people cheap out on reproduction items, because if you're going to get something that is made now, you need to get something that you know is handcrafted and you know is going to be quality, or else there's no point to buying things new. You can always get a vintage item that's going to be authentic, that's going to be handmade for a fraction of the price. You know, unique lighting is really wonderful. And I think in 2026, instead of seeing those reproduction mushroom lamps, we're going to be seeing true vintage lighting. You know, think a really unique brutalist silhouette lamp, or just a, you know, mushroom lamp that's actually from the 70s. I think in 2026, we're going to kind of come to a realization that trying to imitate things from the past with new items just doesn't work unless you have so much money. And I think we're going to start actually buying true vintage items and decorating our homes with them to create something new, to create something unique, and something that reflects you as a person. Trends come and go, but taste is forever. So if you know how to spot the timeless pieces, you will never regret a purchase. And the best spaces are always the ones that reflect you. So remember to keep in mind that design is seriously a process. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to break the traditional design rules. And don't be afraid to keep something just because you love it. I talk a lot of slander on the internet about all of these different items, but if something makes you happy and you want it in your home, you know, go for it. All to you. You don't need to listen to me. I'm just here as a resource, and you can take my advice if you want it. Let me know in the comments which trend you're retiring in 2026, or if I just dragged your entire living room. And if you want some more hot takes like this, go ahead and subscribe. I post new videos every Sunday at 6 a.m. PST, and I feel like we have a really great community on YouTube. As always, if you're struggling with your own space, you can always hire me as your interior decorator. There's a ton more information about that on my website. No matter how big or small your project is, I would absolutely love to help you. You can find me on all social media at cooper.osinski. I post every day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, so go ahead and look out for those as well. I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever day you're watching this, and I will see you next week. Bye!